A fun, maybe aggravating thing to do is to go on certain controversial news stories online and read some of the comments that are posted by random readers. In this case, I'm talking more about Proposition 8 because that's been in the news a lot more lately. And yeah, awesome slash horrible thing about the internet is the ability to express your opinion in great anonymity and not be worried about the consequences. Uh, for some people, this allows them to express themselves without fear of uh, reprisal, in a public forum. And at the same time, it also allows people to voice how fucking ignorant and devoid of humanity they are. And I'm going on some of these stories, and I swear to shit in Christ, some of these people they have to grab the keyboard, bang it against their forehead, and post whatever the fuck they happen to have entered, just because it's easier than thinking about it rationally. I mean, shit. There's one I I can't find it currently, but there was one guy who had posted something on the lines, "How is Proposition 8 about equality?" Um, because the law is universal. It limits it it limits the ability for marriage for all people. It limits the ability for anybody to marry somebody of the same gender, regardless of sexual orientation, nationality, skin color, religion, etc., etc., etc. Really? I mean, this this deliberate ignorance of the issues and what is actually at stake for a lot of these things, or in a lot of these debates, um, is astounding. You know, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it. Well, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it, today. But I mean, my view is basically, you know, the straight people haven't really done all that well in marriage themselves. The divorce rate is pretty high. It's going to vary on the state by state basis, but of course, the the understanding is that it's about 50% of marriages end in divorce. Again, though, that's going to vary based on the state, and I think it's. I'm not sure if it actually sets at that number right now. I don't know if it's gone up, gone down. But actually, I believe it's gone down because the economy has made it a lot harder and a lot less preferable to actually get divorced. So, bear in mind, this has nothing to do with sanctity of marriage or being able to work it out or any of that. And basically, my view is it's a failing institution. It serves no purpose beyond aesthetic qualities because as far as maintaining uh, landowner relationships with the family over to get rights to their plantation, things like that. That's really not as much of a factor as it was in older times. Right now, it's just an aesthetic expression of emotional attachments to another person, and you know, even that doesn't seem to be holding up very well, um, as divorce rates have attested to. Again, like I said, I believe it's actually gone down. I don't have any sources, but I believe I read somewhere that it's actually gone down because of the shit economy. No. But anyways, but my view is marriage as an institution should be abolished altogether. Just get rid of it. Just don't even mess with it. It's no longer needed. Or uh, allow gays, lesbians, whatever, the same right to be just as miserable as the rest of us.